kids, and welcome to another edition of Mr. Ashley's Reading Room. Today's story is about the steel driving man John Henry, which is a tall tale. But before we get to our story, let's learn more what a tall tale really is. A tall tale is a story with unbelievable elements, related as if it were true and factual. Some stories, such as these, are exaggerations of actual events. A tall tale tells a story about a main character who's described to be amazing compared to people in real life. John Henry, retold by Brian Ashley, illustrated by Norman Whaley. John Henry was a mighty man. He was born a slave in the 1840s, but was freed after the Civil War. He went to work as a steel driver for the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad. Don't you know? And John Henry was the strongest, most powerful man working the rails. John Henry, he would spend his day drilling holes by hitting thick steel spikes into rocks with his faithful shaker, crouching close to the hole, turning the drill after each mighty blow. There was no one who could match him, though many tried. Well, the new railroad was moving along right quick, thanks in no little part to the mighty John Henry. But looming right smack in its path was a mighty enemy, the Big Bend Mountain. Now the bosses at the C&O Railroad decided that they couldn't go around the mile and a quarter thick mountain. No sir, the men of the C&O were going to go through it, drilling right into the heart of the mountain. 1,000 men will lose their lives before the great enemy was conquered. It took 3 long years, and before it was done, the ground outside the mountain was filled with makeshift sandy graves. The new tunnels were filled with smoke and dust. You couldn't see no how and could hardly breathe. But John Henry, he worked tirelessly, drilling with a 14-pound hammer and going 10 to 12 feet in one workday. No one else could match him. Then one day a salesman came along to the camp. He had a steam-powered drill and claimed it could outdrill any man. Well, they set up a contest then, and there, between John Henry and that there drill, the foreman ran that new steam drill. John Henry, he just pulled out two 20-pound hammers, one in each hand. They drilled and drilled, dust rising everywhere. The men were howling and cheering. At the end of 35 minutes, John Henry had drilled two 7-foot holes, a total of 14 feet. While the steam drill had only drilled one 9-foot hole. John Henry held up his hammers in triumph. The men shouted and cheered. The noise was so loud it took a moment for the men to realize that John Henry was tottering. Exhausted, the mighty man crashed to the ground, the hammers rolling from his grasp. crowd went silent as the foreman rushed to his side, but it was too late. A blood vessel had burst in his brain. The greatest driller in the C&O Railroad was dead. Some folks say that John Henry's likeness is carved right into the rock inside the Big Bend Tunnel. And if you walk to the edge of the blackness of the tunnel, sometimes you can hear the sound of two 20-pound hammers drilling their way to victory over the machine. The end. Well, that's today's program, kids. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep reaching for those stars. And please come back and join me in Mr. Ashley's reading room. Bye.